right, let's look at some reports in Mastery Connect. So the tracker is in and of itself a report, kind of. There's colors designed to help you see trends. If you have trouble seeing some of those trends because maybe it's just too much visually for you, take a look at the bottom of the column. You'll see how many students mastered and were at near mastery and need remediation for that specific objective. That's a little bit more concrete and may give you some good information. Now, in addition to that, I want to show you, move this out of the way, that over here in the very bottom left corner, you can turn on colors for each student. So you can see for each student how many objectives they've mastered and how many they're at near mastery for and how many they need remediation on. Now you can also click on a student name to bring up the student report. That gives you kind of that same information, but it tells you which objectives they've mastered and which ones they're near mastery, etc. It also tells you how many standards they've been assessed on, and then it gives you kind of the overview percentages of based on the objectives that have been assessed and how they're doing. Really good data to take to parents, and then you can kind of navigate to other students as well in here. Okay, so let's go back and let's go into a specific objective. And now, of course, you might have multiple assessments over the same objective, so you can see progress. But the most recent is what Mastery Connect keeps and focuses on, and that's going to be in this column over here on the left. Now, if you hover over the words most recent, you can sort this by mastery, which is kind of a nice feature because then you can see all the kids that need remediation all together. It's just nice that it will group them for you. Now, in addition, you can view reports here by hovering over the title of your assessment and going down to reports. The most popular of these is the item analysis report, which is where this opens. For each item on your assessment, you'll be able to see what the correct answer is. That's going to be circled. You're going to be able to see the objective, and you can click on that to open that up and read more about it. If you click on any of these colored bars, you can see the name of the student or students that answered with that choice. And of course, this gives you good data because, like, if you saw something like this happen, you'd go, oh my gosh, what was answer choice A? Because we need to address some misconception with the students, right? So all of these assessment reports, you have some options at the top, and I want to talk about those real briefly. You can look at these cumulatively for all of your trackers, and that's particularly important if you set up your trackers outside of Canvas, because then you're going to have a tracker for each section that you teach and not one big one. And so this allows you to view kind of all of that data together. Teachers in my school, this is only going to work if everybody is using exactly the same test. If you have somebody using a copy of the test, then this isn't going to do you any good. Okay, that's a good reason to put tests or assessments in curriculum maps, because that guarantees you that you're all using the same assessment. Now we can look at the student mastery, which what's really great about this particular screen is the demographic options right here. So we can actually sort by any of these demographic options and see how different groups of students performed on the assessment. Now we can also do the teacher comparison, but once again, it's all dependent upon everybody using exactly the same assessment, or you're not going to see anything but yourself here. And if you're singleton, obviously this isn't going to do you much good. So that's a quick overview of all of the reports that you can view in Mastery Connect, and hopefully that will help you utilize this data a little bit better.